The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on Tom's Radio Toronto are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of Tom's Radio Toronto or its staff. These broadcasts are presented and made public as entertainment and general information only, in the hope that they will be entertaining and informative to listeners. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate in any way any disease or condition or to promote any specific lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice, nor is the information presented necessarily accurate or verifiable.
Welcome viewers, it's Canada's Day. Happy Canada's Day. Today in the studio I have a guest, Gloria. Gloria is going to tell us who is she. But before we go ahead, let us honor our country. Today is a big celebration in Canada. It's the day where we are remembering our independence in Canada. It's Canada Day. Everybody is in red and shiny except me. But you know what? I like it. DJ Owen, can you take us to that Canada Day, the national anthem, please? Thank you, Canada. This is the country of the dream. Mm-hmm. This is the country whereby our dreams are going to come true. So this is a beautiful country. We love you, Canada. We love you, Canada. And we thank you because Canada is a country of diversity. Mm-hmm. Everybody is welcome in this country. When I say everybody, I want whether you're black, green, blue, yellow, you are welcomed in this country. And this is why when you are here in this country, you feel at home. Mm-hmm. This is the reason we celebrate today. Gloria, before I go ahead, just tell us who are you? I mean, tell us who are you first.
Well, as it says, first of all, happy Canada, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Happy Canada's Day.
Yes, we've made it, especially during this lockdown.
It was crazy.
It was crazy, but here we are.
I was thinking, are we going to celebrate Happy Canada's Day or no?
Well, there's a lot happening within the community, within our country, the whole indigenous kids being found under those churches. That is not something we can't just cover and go. We have to talk about it. So as much as the country, we have different feelings towards this. I think for me today, I want to use this as healing for the whole nation, for the country. We are healing, we are grieving, we've lost our loved ones during the pandemic, but we're also grieving, those children that have been discovered many years ago. And like I said, we can't avoid talking about it. However, let us look on the other side. I am grateful for the country Canada because I am here sharing my story. Today, I officially make 10 years.
10 years in Canada.
I arrived.
That is a mileage.
Absolutely.
So when did you come to Canada?
So I arrived at exactly 12 p.m. on the 1st of July.
With what? What plane? Is it Canada Air or Ugandan Air?
It was a KLM. We do KLM.
You did KLM. Okay.
And I'm telling you, it was such just arriving here. It is a new place. You don't know what it's going to be like, what it's going to look like. And
but it's good if you came on Canada Day that you came during summer and you saw a lot of amazing stuff around.
Of course. And I was able to...
The colorful country.
The colorful country. I came when people were on the street. I remember just that day so vividly. My friends picked me up from the airport and Jack Layton and the ND people were actually they were doing a march, so it was a kind of day march. I remember watching the orange colors on the TV and feeling like, wow, it was, it's new, it's summer, everybody is like, it's summer. I'm coming from Uganda, it's always hot, so there's
a lot of vibes here during summer. So if you are coming from tropical countries, and you come to Canada, sometimes you ask yourself, why are they celebrating too much this time, because for us it's normal. So I first wanted to tell us your full name, and then you can tell us your background. That's what I want to hear, because I know the full name of Gloria, but I want to know the real Gloria.
Behind the name,
I want to know. Tell us your background. Tell us. I'm going to ask you details.
Yes.
Today.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Well, I'm already here, right? I'm already here. So my full name is Gloria Gift Nankunda. I am a recording artist, a musician, singer-songwriter. I'm an actress. I am a producer. I'm a director. I think I'm all things creative, and I don't see why not, because everything has its time. It's not like you get to do everything all at once. But
and the good thing is, with all your professionalism, Canada is the best place where you can reveal all what you have.
Absolutely,
because you have an opportunity, you have the space. The difference of Canada with our country is that we don't have a space.
And the resources as well. We don't have access to resources. However, the challenge here in Canada that I've found is the resources are there, but we still don't know how to access them. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to teach ourselves. Like, for example, there's been a lot of grants going on now during this lockdown. However, most of our people haven't had access because we don't actually know about these grants.
Yeah, of course, everything you have to dig. When we're coming from our countries whereby we don't need to dig the details, because we are having those leaders whereby we only want things, small, light things. But here, you have to dig. They want you to dig. You know
Absolutely.
what? When you are looking for gold, you don't get it on top. You have to go deeper. But believe me, Gloria, if you go deeper to this country, you are going to make a difference.
And that's what it takes. This country is for, who are these people who are going to swim and get across, or who are the people that are going to drown? So my whole point is, I've been very lucky to be in this country, and like I said, 10 years today, it's a long journey. I've done a lot in 10 years. I come from a background of TV and radio when I was in Uganda, but that's now 10 years ago, voiceover work. It's been a long time, but what are the odds that today I'm being interviewed about my journey to Canada?
You know what? Let me welcome you in Tom's Radio. This is Tom's Radio Toronto. When you open the window here, it's only because it's covered. But when you open the window, we are just looking at the Highway 401. That highway goes straight, Canada to US.
There you go.
That is I think it's the longest route I've ever seen in the world.
And just to tell people, what is Tommy's Radio? It means Toronto Multiculturalism Radio. So we're talking about a radio station that caters for all the different cultures we do have in Canada, because, we do have different cultures, And just something I just learned about you, Josie. I learned that your mother is Ugandan.
Yeah. You know what? Of course, very few people who knows about that my mom is a typical Ugandan. My dad is a Tanzanian. So I have half Ugandan, half Tanzanian now, which I feel proud of myself.
Of course.
When I talk about ethnicity, I always put myself in the middle, that yes, I'm half Tanzanian and half Ugandan, because I don't want to lose my mother's side.
I think you're we'll say you're a true East African, which makes you a true African.
Anyway, you know what? Yes. The purpose of this program is to know your journey.
Yes, Canada dates. I arrived here.
Because, it's a birthday, by the way.
It's my birthday in this country.
How do you call it? Is it birth arrival? It's a birth arrival.
It's my arrival
what
anniversary.
Is it, DJ? Arrival anniversary. Okay, that sounds very great.
You come here, I came here, and starting over.
How did
from zero?
Tell us the day you came from airport to where you were going. It's good you had a friend. I remember when I came here, I knew nobody. I stuck on the airport. I didn't know. I said, I want the taxi to take me to the hotel. The taxi driver asked me, which hotel you're going? I said, you know what? I booked this hotel. Do you know where it is? So tell us, how did you start? I will tell you my story sometime.
Yes, I'm going to have to ask you your story. So how did I start?
Yeah.
Well, I arrived here. My friends picked me up and they took me for a lunch, for a meal, and that's when I was able to watch what was on the news.
Were you looking the same way? Big, small, tiny?
For those who know me, this has been my size for a long time. And it was, I had long hair, you know, I had braids, you know, because they say you're traveling.
Yeah, you're traveling, so you had to do yourself very well.
Yes, and it was summer, so I can only imagine what that would have looked like. And so we get here, and of course, you start doing the immigration stories and the process. It's a process, like everybody. Nobody should ever lie to you. The immigration is a process for every single person. Okay,
Yeah,
so that is a fact. Just to put it out of the way. And then it came to the fact that I had to look for a job. Oh my dear,
That is the hardest part because. You know, when people come to Canada, they think life in Canada is just cheap and easy. But also, there's also like fast entry jobs and your professionalism. You know, Canada, they don't respect your professional, no matter whoever you have been. So you have been a presenter. Why didn't you look for the job in the radios?
I did. I remember looking for jobs on Rogers TV, Bell Canada, but they always told me that I had the experience, but I didn't have the Canadian version of experience.
So how did you define the Canadian experience? Because I remember one day we were talking about Canadian experience. Viewers, all those people you are watching in Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, when you arrive to Canada and you are looking for a job, the first question, do you have Canadian experience? How did you answer that?
I didn't answer because I didn't have it. But I knew that my resume would at least speak for me. You have to understand that I've been in radio from the age of 18 and TV. So for me, if fresh out of high school, I joined media. And I figured, you know, because back home, that is a lot, you know. And then plus my university degree and my community engagement, I didn't think it would be a matter. But then I come here and they tell me you don't have Canadian experience.
I know. The funny part is you are telling them that you are a new immigrant.
Yes.
But the employer is telling you you don't have Canadian experience.
So that was the bazaar of how do you expect me to get Canadian experience without you giving me the actual job to do to get the experience.
That's the point.
So what I did, I actually volunteered at the North York Harvest Food Bank for close to a year. Or the whole year. Why was I doing that? I was building my Canadian experience. You have to know
job,
that. Yes. And people out there, for those who don't know, actually your volunteer hours are supposed to be put on your resume because that is also work experience.
You are building up your resume. I agree with you.
So I'm talking to those the new Canadians who have just come, the new immigrants who have just come. I promise you, even if you have a factory job, find somewhere where you're actually volunteering. It is just 1 hour on a Friday. It is an hour on a Saturday, and I promise you that is going to go a long way.
DJ Owen, when you came to Canada, did you do that too?
I was a student. So
Yeah. So I mean, when you talk about Canadian journey, there's different ways people are coming here. But believe me, as an immigrant, there are costs to pay.
Of course. I think what I can add on to in that same regard is that as much as everybody is new, we've all come up from a long way. The beautiful thing about Canada is that they're going to give you a beginning. What do I mean? They're going to give you a start. I'm talking about, you know, I have been on welfare. When I came, I had to go back to the ground. I came from reading news on TV to back to zero. I came in this country.
That's a good story. You know what? I believe because your face was shining everywhere in Ugandan TVs, and then you thought maybe if I go to Canada, this face is going to shine more. No way,
It's a different story.
When you come to Canada,
you got to start somewhere. Yes. So I always tell the story that I came with 2 jeans and 2 t-shirts and 2 underwear. And I know that sounds, and with my Bible and my phone and my passport. Literally, that was my journey.
Why didn't you want to come with your Ugandan clothes?
Because, I mean, it's
you
summer.
believe that you're going to be somebody within a short time, buy clothes, design, and you know what?
It's the dream. It's the dream, but it's the fantasy we live in when we're at the other side, because until you have crossed the line and come here,
that's when you
will not
realize
really
that
understand.
What you see in social media is not the reality.
Oh, honey, do not be deceived by social media. We are all going through one thing or another in one way or another.
Okay, So tell us that you came to Canada, you were survived by social welfare.
Yes.
Lucky you, because some immigrants, they don't qualify for that. I never qualified for that. It was very hard for me, so I had to really look for a job.
Yes. I got my first job in, so I came July. I got my first job in September. And my first job in Canada was to pack bags and belts at Daniel Leather.
And
So in a warehouse, we were...
and something you've never imagined, from TV presenter
And
to
radio.
That
To
is-
a warehouse, and I'm packing boxes.
I'm happy because that is the journey of all the immigrant who
Yes.
comes to Canada.
Yes.
You know, when people back home see us today talking in Tom's Radio, see us sending them money, seeing us we have make a step, they think that we came and the next night
They think we
things
came
changed.
yesterday and then things became better.
Yes.
Like tomorrow. And it's the process. I'll give you an example. I am the caretaker of my family. And when I came, I had to first make sure that my brothers and my mom had medication, had tuition for school, because just because my life is starting over doesn't mean theirs has to stop.
And they were looking forward to that because they
course.
don't understand you.
Of course. And, just to tell them, okay, I'm not able to send money today. I'm going to send money. So it's a lot just for our families to understand what it means to start afresh in this country, what it takes, the documents you have to sign. Every step along the way matters, and you cannot go around the corner. There are no corners here.
The problem is, I remember even me when I came the first time, the problem is back home, they take the life they see in the TVs, in the medias, and they understand that that's how people live here.
But how do we get there?
They don't know the process to get
That's
there.
it.
So
That's it.
sometimes, I remember I lost a lot of people.
Friends.
A lot of friends,
Yes.
because they were looking forward to me. But when I arrived here, I said, you know what, guys, I need time to settle.
That's it. And that's
And
a reality
that's
for
when people
everybody.
said, oh, she's now in Canada. She thinks she's well off. I said, guys, I wish you know. So tell
Exactly.
us. I want to hear that, because you came here alone. You didn't have kids.
Nothing. I
Oh
came
my
with just
good
me,
Lord.
myself, and I, and that alone has its own perks as well. So I got my first job to work in a warehouse. We're packing belts and boxes where they are timing you. I remember,
Were you crying every night?
I am. I shall survive. It does not matter what solution. I'm this kind of person who I'm here. How do I adapt? What do I need to do? Because this country needs adaptability. And if anyone is planning, and not just Canada, but if you're planning to travel abroad or any other country, you need to put on your adaptability belt, because, honey, it's tough out there.
Yeah, it's tough, and,
Yeah.
and not everybody get a job, you know.
And immediately,
That's
like
the
I
point.
said,
Yeah,
that's
not
it.
everybody get a job.
And
because-
remember that in those 3 months before I got my first job in the warehouse, I was applying because, I'm hot. I'm ready to
Yeah,
go. I just
because-
signed off. I was sharing earlier, I signed off TV on the 29th. I said goodbye to my listeners and radio as well, TV and radio. I said, I'm going to be out for a minute, but I hope to return. Imagine I said all of that on the 29th. I left the country on the 30th and I arrived here on the 1st. And then I come here. So I'm still hot, People back home, the newspapers are still writing about me. Gloria Gifna-Kunda has left the country.
I can
I am
imagine
somebody
that.
people know. And then I come here and I cannot even afford to buy something from the Dollarama yet. So I get...
Can you tell our viewers what you mean by Dollar Lama? Because Dollar Lama is the cheapest store here. I think all immigrants go to Dollar Lama.
I think everybody, not even just immigrants, but we all, at one point, you'll go to the dollar store because things cost $1, between $1 and $5, between $1 and above, but most of the things are less than $2. And that's why we call it the Dollarama. And we all have visited the Dollarama. It doesn't matter how much money is in your account, you will need a balloon. And the best
No, of course, there are a lot of things you cannot find them in the big stores.
Yes.
And you go to Dollar Lama. That's what
It's
I always
inevitable.
go there. So
It's inevitable.
Yeah, there are things I find in Dollar Lama. I cannot find them in Walmart,
Yes.
in Costco. So it's true that everybody visit the Dollar Lama.
Yes. So I've been applying and I don't find the job. And then I now get to the warehouse. My goodness. The time, they would time us when to go for a break, and then sometimes there's a big line, you can't even warm up your food, so you go back hungry. I remember having to tell my supervisor, I have to go to the washroom. And I remember I came back and she told me, you took long. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry, this is a washroom. And meanwhile, they make sure that you don't go to the washroom with your phone. So, of course, you're not on your phone. But what would someone think you're doing in the washroom? It's a washroom. So, and then from the warehouse, I went to a bakery. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
No, that's a quite interesting journey, you know.
Yes.
I really agree with you. I will tell you my story another day, but today is your day. I just want to hear about, but every migrant who comes to Canada has a story to tell.
Of course.
Whether you're a student, getting to a process to become a citizen, you have a story to tell. If we ask DJ Owen the process he took to become maybe a resident or he has a story to tell.
Of course.
I really like your story. So maybe we go for a short break. DJ Owen, take us for a short break, and then we come back and listen to Gloria and the journey to Canada. Remember, today she is celebrating 10 years, and today Gloria is a citizen of Canada. She's enjoying. She's so inspiring, and she's looking forward to meet all her dreams. I can't wait to hear all the plans and
Yes,
today.
you betcha.
Welcome back, viewers. This is Tom's Radio Toronto, and today we have Gloria in the house. Gloria has been a presenter. She came to Canada today, 1st of July. She's celebrating 10 years being in Canada. Gloria, continue with the story. I want to know, after those jobs, what things did you do, and how did you cope with the environment, the weather, and everything?
Well, the weather, like I said, I came during the summer, so it was good for me to transition into the winter, getting the right shoes and getting the right, just what I need, jackets, because it gets really cold. I'll give you my one experience with winter. So we were looking for a house in 2012, and the winter of that day was, oh my God. The 2012 winter, it was my first. I didn't even know what winter feels like. So this was my first winter. And then I remember we're going to look for a house. So, they tell you come view the house. And then I went without even checking the weather on CP24.
Wow.
You don't know what happened, my dear. There was a blizzard. Josie, I stood in the bus shelter. And for once in my life, I remember feeling, did I make a mistake to come in this country? I promise you, because it was so cold. I was crying. The house we went to see wasn't even complete, but the person just told us to come and see the house. I was livid because it didn't make it. I moved and I took the bus. Remember, I'm new, so I'm just following.
We always follow the Google Maps.
The Google Maps. Thank God the phones of Google Maps had already come then. So I'm here and I'm it's so cold. I'm standing in this bus shelter, and my friend that I had, I remember, we all cried, and I said, did we make a mistake to come here? But that was my winter experience. But thereafter, the bus came. The bus took a good 15 minutes. So we really froze, and my feet, I couldn't walk. I was crying, I was actually in tears. And then, so that is my winter experience. And then, of course, time goes on, and then you're now, right, another job. So I leave the warehouse, and I go to the bakery. The bakery, it is so hot. Remember, I'm used to air-conditioned studios. I'm used to air-conditioned.
No, I can imagine, because you came from the warehouse to the bakery.
So I left studio to the warehouse to the bakery. Look at that journey. The bakery is so hot, and I was living downtown. So I would actually wake up at 3 a.m. to take a bus to Finch. Get to Finch, they take me to the agency. From the agency, they take us to the bakery. I would wake up at 3 because I had to take the bus for 4, which would get us to Finch by 6. Then, oh my goodness. And then sometimes we would get to the bakery and they would tell me, we have enough people, you go back.
Wow.
And you know how much I'm earning?
Yeah.
$925.
Oh my goodness. That was which year was that?
2012. 2012, the whole of 2012 factory, I did the bakery. It was so hot. I am burning. Machines are burning me because you don't know. You're tired. You touch the machine, your arms.
And the kind of job is fast serve, fast come.
Of course, literally. So you would make a line. All of you have arrived. You know, different agencies bring their people.
I know. So you even don't know if today I'm going to get the job. So you have to wake up early in the morning.
To arrive there on time, and you get there and they tell you, please go back home.
Gloria and Kunda, a presenter from Uganda. I like that. I'm so excited because this is good. When we remember our past, make our present.
Absolutely.
When you see people smiling, they have a story to tell. So,
and I appreciate that we're sharing this story today because I'm sure there is somebody who just arrived at Pearson right now, and I hope they will ever get to see this story to know that they can make it. It just takes a bit of time.
No, it needs patience, I'm telling you.
I remember one of the supervisors in the bakery and also at the warehouse, actually, the owner, Daniel, came and said, Gloria, you're not supposed to be here. Why are you here? And of course, I was humble enough to say, I've just come into the country. It is my first time. He said, well, I hope you finish and leave here so fast. You don't have to be here longer. And even when I went to the bakery, the supervisor told me the same thing. So, you know, when you're like, I need to get out of here. And I think for me, that gave me this notion. I told myself that I know we are immigrants, and in Uganda, we call this cheyo. Those jobs, we call them cheyo. The temporary jobs, we call them cheyo. But I said, I'm not going to be in a factory forever. But at the same time, I want to inspire those coming after me that they don't have to stay in the factory. You don't have to be in a bakery for 15 years. What is your goal? What do you want to do, Josie? Why did you come? What is your dream?
But you know what? I think we always sometimes deceive our friends because when we come here the first time, after getting the job, going to the job, we take our selfie in a good places and then we post them in a status. You know what? They see you beautiful, shining. They say, but they don't know behind the curtain. They don't know that before taking that photo, you were suffering, you were crying.
It was a lot. There are many times I was sent back, and I just remember feeling I was crying. You know, I woke up at 3 a.m., man.
I can imagine.
And I've been traveling for the last 3 hours to get to you.
No,
so
I can imagine that.
Tell me to go back.
Yeah, it's true. That is very bad.
Frustrating. Remember, I'm looking for a job, so it was very frustrating for me. And then that's when I made a decision to go into school. So I went to Toronto Film School for a diploma in acting for TV, film, and theater.
That was a good decision.
You know, and I was excited because when I was back home, I never knew that we could actually go to school for acting.
No, because in our countries, if you are actor, they say you're crazy.
Or you're going to be a drug dealer, or you're going to be like, at least for me, I grew up knowing that our countries don't really like the arts per se.
No, it's not that they don't like the arts, but they don't understand the details of
the process. Yeah. The process of what it means.
They only take art as light stuff. But
yes,
like when they categorize art subject, they put geography and history. When you talk about art, dear viewers, art is not geography and history. Art goes to details. Art goes to music. Art goes to dance. Artists.
I will give you an example. Owen and I were just saying, when we say artist, our minds, we think of the people that draw. But we're talking about the painters. So now from me, Canada, I think we say we are creatives. It's the creatives. I'm talking about painters, and poets.
I think it's also it pays a lot here.
Of course it pays a lot because it's, look at 2 years, we didn't have any live
performances. It's true.
And imagine all the festivals that were cancelled, all the plays that were cancelled. So it's not even a matter of just paying good. It's the fact that there is value. We value the arts, and the arts are very vital into anyone's world.
Yeah. So tell us, how was that school journey goes?
The school journey. Oh my God, I was the oldest in my class. Remember, I've been working. So I am the oldest in my class. I'm in class with these students who are just fresh from high school. They are 17, 18.
They have a lot of creativity. They know a lot of technology.
Oh my God. And here I am coming from,
not from nowhere. You're coming as a radio presenter from Uganda.
And then they've seen me. I'm like, I've been on, my resume says my stage, because I used to be with a dance troupe back home. My resume says, my resume speaks.
I think 2 pages, 3 pages.
I think I have 3 pages so far. So I come and I'm in film school. Oh my God, it was a lot, the pressure. So I did a 3-year course in 2.5 years.
I think you are walking with your nail up, your head up, knowing that, if someone sees this resume, immediately I'll be in.
But you see, also, it worked in our favor in terms of, now when you look at my resume and you say that I actually went to school for, even if it's just a diploma, I want to tell the viewers out there, if you're a new immigrant, please go for that certificate. Go for that 3 months course, because what it looks like on your resume, it's going to work in your favor, I promise. So go for those trainings. You can have 3 certificates. Go for a plumbing course. Go for something that shows that you have some Canadian education. You will thank me later.
Because without Canadian education, living here is very difficult. You're right.
So you have to go for those things. And
you do. I agree with you. I did the same thing. I struggled the good thing for me, this first 3 months, I read the map. And immediately when I read the map, I decided to go to school.
So you're smarter. Most people wait.
School. No, I didn't wait even a minute. And this is why you can see me. I'm a little bit advanced. I
would say organized.
Yeah, that's a good word, because I read the map immediately and make decisions. So I didn't wait. But what you're saying is that, please, immigrants, let's go to school.
It's really, like I'm saying, 3 months course.
That's the only solution. If you want to advance in this country as an immigrant, get something.
Something Canadian education. Something of Canadian. And
Canadians have their own education.
Yes.
And you know what? It's true. If you go to Europe, Canadian education is different. If you go, I've been in Europe, I've been in Australia, all this Canadian education is very different.
And just to add on to that as well, when you come with your qualifications, I came from Makerere University, like yourself.
Not only, even when you have from Europe.
Wherever you are from, there is something here where they actually equate your education that you come with to the Canadian system. And they will let you know whether the courses you studied when you were in Europe are equivalent to a Canadian diploma or a Canadian high school certificate. So what am I saying? These resources are there. You just have to reach out and find them. It's very important. So then I go back to Toronto Film School and I'm studying. Honestly, by the 4th year, by the 4th term, that we call them terms, I was so done. I was ready to quit.
Wow.
I was so exhausted. Remember, I am trying to keep the job in the factory.
I know.
I finished the job at 3, at 2.
I agree with you.
Come back down. My classes are at 4. I have to study until 10, and then I have to wake up at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. It was quite an experience. So I'm glad to be sharing this on my Canada Day.
But the good thing is, I think, and I admit this, those kind of experience, that's what making us great.
Absolutely.
Because it identifies us. It makes us completely different even to the citizens of Canada who have been here, who have been born here. Because we come with our own experience. And then we go through all these challenges. These challenges designers change our identity.
Of course. And they remember that they're adding on too. They're not subtracting.
That's what I'm saying, that they really make us different. Because
I'll give you an example. When you say that the Canadians that are born here, I remember not having a job. I couldn't find a job. I'm talking about Tim Hortons jobs, service in the service industry. And I had classmates who actually had jobs and we were living in the same house. But we reached a point where somebody would wake up and say, I don't want to go to work today. And in my mind,
you don't have that job.
But I also don't understand how you cannot go to work, yet you have a job. And I'm here looking for a job.
A job.
I'm talking about minimum wage here.
Yeah, exactly.
You have that job and you're going to wake up and tell me, no, I'm not going to go to work today. You're not. What?
No, it's because these people don't have that hard experience we have gone through.
My dear.
So I always tell people, this is how I tell my kids. I said, you know what? Don't equate yourself with the kids who have been born here. You are completely different.
Absolutely.
Because you came from a background whereby you know the challenges. So coming up to Canada is an opportunity. So don't abuse that opportunity, but work hard to make yourself great.
Well, there you go. So you have to know why you're here. You have to know.
Yes.
Ask yourself, what do I want to be that I wasn't when I was in Uganda,
Yes.
when I was in Europe, when I was in Ghana? What can you do different here, especially with the resources that are available? And that's very important. So for me, film school, because I've been in the theater, I've been in the industry for a long time, but I never had, apart from my, I'm classically trained. I sing classical music, and that's all through my high school. You know, I've been in music on stage since the age of 9.
Yeah, but you didn't know the techniques, the details of music.
Absolutely.
So
Not even that. Just
that
the
education-
industry alone. How do you maneuver that? So when I went to Toronto Film School, you know, you have to get an agent, of course, after film school. I'm so hyper. You know, now I've graduated. My resume speaks because I have you can see that
the
I've been,
background, you had the experience.
but I didn't have the backup, which was the
Yes,
education, the Canadian
exactly.
education. So now I
But
have
not
it.
only the Canadian education, you
Even the
didn't have you didn't have the experience, you didn't have the education in the field
of my
itself.
expertise.
Yes.
There we go. So now I had to figure out. I've graduated. I graduated in 2014. Very excited. Oh my God, it was such a moment. And
When did you graduate?
I graduated 2nd of May 2014.
Okay. From 20. Okay.
From 2011. There you go.
Your birthday?
It was our producer's birthday. So it was a great day. And I remember, I'll tell you this because I was, again, when you're here, you have plans for family. So I was already organizing for my brother to come, my little brother. He was fresh out
Wow,
of
that
high
is very
school.
soon. You made it.
Oh my dear, you have to find a way to make it. That's the place with this country. You have to find a way.
Yeah, and this is why, as immigrant, for sure, we celebrate Canada's Day. You know
Yes.
why?
Yes.
It make most of us, our dreams to come true. This is a country where we get opportunity to dream and to
Yes.
see your dream coming to reality. So
absolutely.
I salute Canada, and I thank you, Canada, and I appreciate Canada
So much.
Do
Like,
you appreciate it? Elise?
more than appreciate, because I think words do it justice. Words don't do my gratitude justice, but I'm grateful because for me, I'll speak now as an artist. I found myself, I found my voice when I came to Canada. I found my purpose. Why do I always say it's not a matter
Exactly.
of singing? It's not a matter of, it's not like we were saying, it's
you,
not a mistake.
you really find who is Gloria. You know, I believe you were a presenter in big TVs. You
Yes.
were talking to big people in Uganda, but still you could not feel that Gloria inside
I
coming
wasn't
out.
free enough to do that, and
Yeah.
that's part of the reasons why I left.
You were limited with a lot of things, politics and all. But
know-
here, happy Canada's Day. We are so free, and you know what?
We're grateful. We're
No,
grateful.
for me, I really appreciate when I wake up in the morning, no one is asking me questions. I feel great.
Wow, look at you.
And even, you know, I always don't see where I should. I mean, coming out, nobody asking you, why did you dress up like that? You know?
Because we're in a place of multicultural.
That's
Everything
great.
is gorgeous. Every color is lovely. You come as you are, dressed as you are. We shall take you just the way you are.
I'm
We appreciate
telling
you. We embrace you.
Exactly.
And that is what I found in this
And that's
country.
what is Canada is.
So I am really grateful for those that are watching. You're listening to us live from Tome's radio. That is Toronto's multicultural radio here in Bathurst and Wilson in Toronto.
I'm telling you, viewers, it's Happy Canada's Day.
Yes.
And today we are talking about Gloria's story coming to Canada. Let's go for a short break and then we'll be back and continue to this. You know, when we come back, Glory, I want you to take us to the journey from graduating to your present vision. And how do you see yourself? We want to hear that.
Well, stay tuned.
DJs, please take us to a short break. Canada Day, and with a special thing for today is that one of my friends, Gloria, is celebrating 10 years to be in Canada. You know what? We are talking the experience of being an immigrant to Canada. I know a lot of people outside there, you want to come to Canada. But you know what? There's a price to pay. We are not threatening you, but Gloria, tell us. I know everybody paid a price here.
Of course, everyone has a sacrifice. I'm talking about people that have left their parents at home, their children at home to come and start all over here. So I'm simply sharing this story because maybe there's a journalist who probably wants to come here and they're like, where do I start? Honey, you gotta go back to basics, the basics.
No, sometimes when you tell them those kind of stories, they think you don't want to assist them.
You don't wish them well, eh?
Yeah, that's what they think, that you don't want to assist them, you don't want to support them. I have a lot of people who wants to come here. When I tell them the stages, they back up. They think that I don't want them to
You're
come.
making it hard for them.
That's what they think.
And that's not the point.
And this is what I'm telling you. I'm not going to tell my story today. I just want to hear from you.
I finished graduating in May 2014, and I'm ready to now go in the industry. So I'm looking for an agent because my resume speaks, and okay. Then I started.
So when you talk about agent, what do you mean?
So as an actor, you don't just book the gigs. You have to go through an agent. So you don't go and ask you don't ask for a job from the director, but directors contact casting agents. Casting agents do audition. It's a long process.
Yeah, I'm not in that industry, but
Yes.
I'm trying. Let our viewers understand that when you talk about artists in these Western countries, you talk about very highly professionals.
Absolutely.
And this is why you see a difference in the movies, in everything they do, in the singing, because these people go through a process.
It is a big process, and you don't just book the gig yourself. So even
what is a gig?
A gig. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to explain the lingo.
No, you have to tell us.
So a gig is a sort of let's say from here I'm going to sing. That is a gig because it's like I'm there for 5 minutes. It's a gig. I'm just going to sing the national anthem, and then I finish. Okay. Or let's say I book a role on a TV show. You're there to shoot for that day and you're gone. And then so it's like a gig is like a project.
Okay.
It's like a project that comes and goes. You do finish another
because
one.
Because you're now a Canadian. You're no longer Ugandan. So you are talking like a Canadian. No. Our viewers who are watching us
need to understand.
Everywhere. They need to understand. Not only to understand, they need to see the new Gloria.
Yes.
Not the presenter in Uganda TVs. An artist in Canada who can blow out. I'm telling you, keep watching. She's going to blow your eyes. Okay, let's move on.
This is amazing. I'm very excited about this and sharing this. So when I finish graduating, I have to find an agent who's going to represent me out there, who's going to bring me those gigs, who's going to bring me those projects because they don't approach us individually. And then I got a job, finally. I got a job at Starbucks.
Oh, so from being an artist, you got a job in Starbucks?
Oh, my dear. These things have to connect. Remember?
I'm not laughing, but I thought a gig is going to gig you.
Immediately. Oh, my dear, that's not how it works. When I got a gig, when I got my agent, they would send me for auditions. And of course, now auditions. You're basically, it's an interview. And everybody, they're looking for a tall black girl with short hair, but my hair is not too short. They're going to ask you, do you want to cut the hair? Is it okay if you cut the hair? Or can you lose a few pounds? Or can you, they ask you for many things.
I remember my daughter, she went for one audition and I paid money for that audition. We paid almost $3,000 and she was going to sing for 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And she cried the whole night.
I am going to come there to that point. And then, I found that in between that, I'm getting so frustrated because they're sending me away. I'm not yet a citizen, remember?
Yeah.
I'm not even a PR yet. Mm-mm. So they was permanent resident. So there are so many, for those who don't know, we come as an immigrant, you go through the process, then you become a permanent resident. You have to apply for that as well. And then later you'll become a citizen by doing a Canadian citizenship exam. And then you'll later be called to swear in. That is the process. And I'm grateful. I am a true immigrant because I came through all those stages. And to know that...
Congratulations.
Thank you. And just a little bit sharing about that. It so happened that where my hearing was, I actually got a chance to work there last summer. So I was working at the IRB, that is the Immigration Refugee Board
that's great.
of Canada in the summer of 2019.
Wow,
and I think
that's good.
it's like the tables turned because now I was helping the people that who were once me.
Yeah, exactly.
I was once there.
Yeah, you were once there.
And then I get to share that experience.
And this is what I always say. I said, you know what? There are certain offices, they need this cultural competence whereby they need to put people who some time back they were there.
We know what it means to be there.
It feels that pain, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it so happened that I decided
you got a job.
I got a Starbucks finally. So I'm serving coffee, my dear, and it so happened that my agent, there was this competition in New York. It's called International Talent and Models Association, where they get talents from around the world. I'm talking about over 5,000 people.
I know.
You compete.
I
That's
know
why I said I want to talk about it, because I think that probably is what your daughter went through.
I know about that.
We were supposed to look for $4,000 to participate in New York. It was happening in the Hilton in New York. If I told you that I'm just a barista, I just got this job. This is 2017 now already. And I had to tell my...
And viewers, from 2011 to 2017, Gloria was still searching her dream. And it was a process as a Canadian. Now, today, she's celebrating as a citizen. You know what?
And I did put out to my customers, I said, you know what, this is a dream. I wrote a letter. And because I had made a relationship with most of my customers, you know, I'm serving them coffee. I know what their order is. I'm an actress, so I get my memory works, you know, and learning lyrics is my thing. So I wrote a letter to all my customers and I said, going to New York, this is a dream for a girl like me who comes from where I come from. To know that I'm going to be on a stage in New York, I can't tell you how much a dream that is. It's like a dream that I can't fathom it myself, but I need $4,000 to actually participate, because we had to where we're going to sleep and then try a ticket. Then it's a lot that I needed, $4,000 to compete in this competition.
And it's only maybe 3 minutes.
Let me tell you, Josie, my customers contributed $4,000 in 3 weeks. I want you to know the favor of the Lord is real. And 3 weeks, they gave me $4,000 and I froze because now I couldn't hide. My dream is right here in my hands. I can actually go, and I'm talking about the same stage where Ashton Kutcher was discovered, Eva Longoria, for those who are fans of Desperate Housewives, was discovered. For those who know Josh Duhamel, Transformers, he was discovered on the same stage. Scarlett Johansson. So I'm talking about, I know that opportunity works because I know people in the industry who were picked from the same opportunity, same platform. So I'm excited. Now the money is here, which means I have to go. I had to sing, I have to do, and I went and I participated and I won. It was amazing. Out of 8 competitions, I was winner for 2 and I was runner-up in the other 6.
Good.
And I got medals, and you know, so in that place the agents come to look for you. So Hollywood or agents from around the world, basically, they come to look for new faces.
I know.
Guess what? And the final day, I had 3 contracts to sign, but they found out I was Canadian.
Wow.
Have you ever gone to sign and they pulled away the contracts like this?
Simply because you're Canadian.
Because they needed to get me a work permit, which is like $5,000 to work in America.
I get
that is something no one told me when I was doing this application. I would not have.
Yeah, no, by the time when you're not a citizen.
I'm not a citizen yet. I'm still a permanent resident.
And this is the reason, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people always ask why you Africans go to Western and you change your citizenship. It's because of these opportunities.
Absolutely.
Because when people want to meet their dreams, they find these blocks simply because we still hold our passports.
Yes.
This is, I want viewers to get it
understand.
clear. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because why do we change our citizenship? It's because we want to tackle these opportunities. So sometimes if you insist to remain a resident, you miss a lot of stuff.
Even here. So they tell me, they pull away my contract and say we cannot.
That was so sad.
Josie, I sat outside the Hilton, New York. It was hot. I was facing Radio City. Like my dreams are all there. I'm like right there in my dreams. Yeah. I'm swimming. I've tested the stage, you know.
Maybe it could be Viola Davis today.
Oh my dear. Amen.
Maybe you could be. I liked Viola Davis. She's amazing. Yeah, she's amazing.
So I tested that stage, and only to be told that we can't hire you because you're a Canadian. Have you ever, when you're in shock and you can't cry? I was so
know,
livid.
I can feel
I
that.
couldn't cry. I sat outside. It was so hot. I was hungry, but I couldn't eat because I was that livid. I was so mad.
No,
I'm like,
I agree. I faced something last month. Last month, I was stressing for something. Then it was almost done to the last minute, and someone gave me a call and said, "You know what? We are sorry, Josephine, because you are a resident permit. You are not a
Instead a citizen."
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
And it happens.
I feel it. I really felt it.
And then in that moment, I made a decision. I'll never forget the 13th of July. I like dates, so don't worry. July 13th, 2017. And I said, I'm not going back to Canada to be just a barista. I made a decision in that moment. I said, I'm not going back to Canada to be just a barista. I came back, I started doing my show. I started preparing for my very first show, solo show ever in my entire life.
Can you sing for us? What song did you sing in New York and maybe motivated thousands of people? I know you have a beautiful voice. Let us go. Yeah, this is Gloria. Viewers, today you are seeing Gloria in Tom's Radio Toronto. But believe me, keep watching. Can you just give us a how do you call it?
I did. I'm going. You asked me for what did I sing in New York?
Yeah.
I sang this song, which is by Susan Ashton, and it says, "You Move Me."
Can you go with that song, please? I just want
This
to.
is how it seems to me. Life is only therapy. Real expensive, and there are no guarantees. So I lie here on the couch, with my heart hanging out, frozen solid with fear, but there's no turning back. Oh, but you move me. You give me courage I didn't know I had, 'cause you move me. Yeah.
I know it, viewers. I
I
don't know how
can't
to
go with you and stay where I am. Oh, how you move me. And that's how I came.
No, I mean that's a very beautiful. How do you call it? Tune?
It's just a beautiful melody.
Yes, it's really very. If I was a judge, for sure, I was going to give you a mark. And you know,
Well, I got the medal, so.
I always see those judges. Which show is this?
America's Got Talent. There's Canadian Got Talent coming up.
American Got Talent. You know, I always see those judges. There's one judge. I said, "Come on, guy, you didn't hear that beautiful voice."
Well,
but
I'm glad.
I didn't know that they check a lot of stuff.
Oh, there is
the
a
way you
lot.
said.
There's stage presence. There is a lot to consider.
Yeah, no, I remember I didn't want to take my daughter there, but that day, you know, we spent more than 5 hours in a line, and he went to sing for only 3 minutes.
Yes.
I was mad.
You have to
And then I spent all that money. You know, I told her, I said, please, I know you like singing. Can this be the last time you take me to these areas?
Oh my
But
goodness.
anyway, what I did, I took her to a music school. She just graduated. She's
Oh,
doing
lovely.
very, very great.
I'm
And
glad. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to get her on one of my shows.
for sure, and she was voted as an artist in school. She graduated yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
And she got,
Congratulations.
she got award. She was chosen as an artist lady because she has
Nice.
been singing in schools. She has been designing, dressing like an artist. You know,
Of course.
you
You
know,
haven't seen me on stage, honey.
you know, you dress. I call them crazy dressing.
Why do you call them crazy dresses? We have to be on stage.
So you know what she told me? She said, "Mama, you don't like this crazy hairstyle, but this crazy hairstyle give me marks. You know."
You get it?
I know. See.
You're looking at all my. You have to show up. I always tell the artists that I work with, even if it's 5 minutes, make sure that from the moment you step on that stage, they know that you have arrived. And when you leave, they're going to say, you want them to remember you. So it's from your head all the way to how you compose yourself, how you talk, how you present yourself, even by merely saying hello. My name is Gloria Gift Nankunda. Welcome to Tommy's Radio. That is all. It's an expression. You're presenting yourself, you know. And it's very important. So again, I come from there. So I start organizing my very first show. So I held my very first show in Canada for the first time on stage all my life ever in my life. on the 1st of December 2017. And it was amazing.
That was a mileage.
Oh, my dear, it was amazing having to see this. And people came. I want you to know that we always wait for things to happen.
So what did you do? Did you use an agent or what?
No, I did all of that myself. That's when I learned what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
I organized my show. I did my tickets. Remember, I'm a barista. So I sold my tickets to my customers and they all showed up for my show.
That's great.
And I got a band because I do sing live. I got a band. We sang music that inspired me. I was basically introducing myself as a musician to the Canadian audience for the first time in my life.
You made it.
You know, and it was amazing. People will come because I sing music, folk music that our ancestors, that my grandmothers used to sing. That is the music I do sing now.
What kind of music is that?
It's folk. So I sing in Runyankore, which is my local language.
You know what? We have viewers today. We have viewers are watching us from Uganda. Can you give us a taste? You know, I like. Let me tell you, Gloria. When I get stressed, when I feel tired, music for me is the only consolation.
And that's
so. I don't have a beautiful voice. But I have.
I'll take your word for it.
I have everything it takes to make a music.
Well, I'm gonna get you to studio by force.
I do no, because all my kids are singing. I have a dancer who is precious. So we always say we have a band in the house.
Technically,
I do piano, I do guitar, but my girls are singing. So I said, you know what? Let us our live band today, and we sing in the house, and that's how I feel myself back because life is so difficult.
I know.
Can you give us one taste of Nyankole? You know, I miss home a lot.
Nyankole. I'm gonna go a little bit home because I know you're close to, and our producer is also close to this country, so I'm gonna
Kenya,
sing.
Uganda.
East Africa.
Let's go.
Malaika.
I like that.
Nakupenda malaika.
Yes.
Malaika. Nakupenda malaika. Ningekuoa maliwe, ningekuoa dada, nashindwa na mali sina we, ningekuoa malaika, nashindwa na mali sina we, ningekuoa malaika. See, you can sing.
I like that. You know what? You touch me a lot.
Oh
today is Canada Day. Today is Canada Day. When we are celebrating Happy Canada's Day, we are remembering where we came from.
Yes.
You know, if you don't remember your history, you will never know how to appreciate your present.
And also, you'll never know how to move forward.
Yeah,
because to go forward, you have to appreciate where you really come from. And honestly, from there on, I have been blessed to be on different stages. I've been blessed to be Canadian Music Week, African Music Week, Calgary International Fashion Week. I'm very many festivals.
Well, we are going to have an African show. I mean, African event very soon. So viewers, stay tuned with us.
Yes.
But also, Gloria as a performer, she's going to have a lot of performance. So lockdown is almost over.
I cannot wait. So I'm really grateful. My journey has been amazing. And then, of course, as an actress, I've had to produce and act in my own plays.
Yeah.
Toronto the Good was an amazing play in Buddies and Bad Times Theatre in 2018. And that came after. So I finished during the show, the music show, my first show ever. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put up a play now. So immediately I started preparing for my play. So you have to understand the process. The play was in September 2018, but I started preparing in January 2018. So all those months, I'm talking about rehearsal, I'm talking about the program, the cast and crew. It is a lot. So it took us all 9 months to actually have a show in the theatre for a week. The whole of September, first week of September, we were in the theatre. And this play was about gun violence, the youth and the law. It was amazing. Racism. I love my art to speak. I want my art to impact somebody. When I'm on stage, I always tell people, this is a safe space. You're here to breathe. You're here to feel. So when you hear my music, choose what it makes you feel. It doesn't matter what I'm singing about. We're in a multicultural, so I'm going to sing Swahili. I'll teach you what it means, but I want you to tell me what it makes you feel.
Wow.
And that is your responsibility.
It has been really a great time talking to you right now. So what are you telling to our viewers? Because our time is running so fast. I know you will be here for other programs, you know. But then for today, our time is running out. So what are you telling the viewers?
The viewers today, I say first and foremost, as an immigrant or any other person who's on the way coming, I want you to take a moment and appreciate the opportunity of being in this country. That is point number one. Appreciating the opportunity, because many have been denied visas, many have been denied the opportunities, or many can't even afford to even try and apply for this opportunity. So you have got it. I want you to take a minute and be grateful. Thank God it's Canada Day. Secondly, you come here with a dream, my dear. Look for it in your mind and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you that your dream is not achievable, because guess what? They are not you. So they will tell you this on their perspective, but stick to your dream. I knew I was going to be a producer. I knew I've always wanted to sing. I knew I've always wanted to be on stage. I've always been on stage all my life. I had just never defined it. So for me, Canada helped me define and identify who I truly am as a creator, as an artist. And I'm glad to say that now I have my own production house, Gisha Productions, Inc. And that's what we're doing. We create opportunities, not only for me as an artist, but for other artists. And I take so much pride. Who doesn't want to see the other person thrive? I know I do. So again, my main what you can take out of this conversation today: be confident in what you want, go after it, and above all, persevere and be patient, because this country takes time.
I understand. So
thank you.
No, can you give us a vibe as a producer now?
Yes.
Tell our viewers bye-bye as a live producer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be a part of this program. I'm going to be a part of Tom's Radio. That is Toronto Multiculturalism Radio. We're here at 3773 Bathurst Street on Bathurst and Wilson. I'm going to be having a couple of artists come in here. Stories. We want to know the people behind the stories, people behind the art. And I'll be a part of that, as well as I'm going to be bringing just a little bit of flavor in here. So please stay tuned. Otherwise, it's been Gloria Gift Nankunda in the company of Miss Josie over here and our producer Owen back in studio. We thank you so much for watching. And until next time, you are watching Tommy's Radio. That is Toronto's Multiculturalism Radio here in Toronto. Have a lovely rest of the afternoon.
Bye.
Cheers.